welcome to Grab Coffee with me, sponsored by Golf Solutions. I have a special guest today, James Poulter, a great friend and partner of Golf Solutions. He's the CEO of Chi Rodriguez Youth Foundation. I like to say that he's a master networker and a master event promoter. He actually helped me build my network and influence in the Tampa Bay area. And he's engaged in many activities across the Tampa Bay region, from being on the board, the Safety Harbor Chamber of Commerce since 2014. 2016, he joined as a member of Copperhead Charities, which I'm a part of, and which through James and our relationship, he introduced me to, and we promote the Valspar Championship. Since 2018, he has been on the sales committee for the Gasparilla Bowl, which sold out Raymond James Stadium in December of 2021, which is big. And in July of 2019, was asked to join the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, and he served on their board as well for 5 years. He's a loving husband and father of 2. Welcome, James.
Good morning, Ian. Thanks for having me on the show, buddy.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. So what is your go-to coffee order, when you're trying out a new coffee?
Pretty much anything with caramel in it, I would say. That's I got a little sweet tooth going there. So yeah, that's me.
Me too as well. I'm currently in St. Louis, and I just have the hotel coffee, their blend, with one Splenda and one cream. It's not all that great. Are you drinking any coffee this morning?
I am. I've got some Chi coffee from our pro shop. I put it in our terrace tumbler there with our logo on it, but some French vanilla creamer in that one.
Okay, cool. So what is your favorite coffee shop or coffee memory?
I would say my favorite coffee shop is probably somewhere in Safety Harbor. There's a ton of them downtown, so it's hard to list one specifically, but I like going to Bassano's there in Safety Harbor. There's Haven House. I think you might have had Jordan on there from Haven House before. But Bassano's is great. They're a great couple people that, do a lot of good in the community. So I always like to support local when it comes to that.
And next time I'm in town, we have to go there together. So let's talk about your journey. Those who are listening, those who are watching, they probably can pick up an accent. James is from England, so kind of walk us through you coming from England to you now being the CEO of Chi Rodriguez Youth Foundation.
Yeah, it's been a great ride. Very fortunate. Very thankful for the people that I've met along the way. But yeah, I moved over from England in 2003 and actually started out as a volunteer at Chi-Chi's, helping out in our after-school program at the time, helping the kids with their homework. And then the benefit was I got to play some golf. So that was nice while I was waiting for my work permit. And then ended up getting a job in the summer camp program in the summer of 2004. Then a job in the pro shop, ran the pro shop, became head pro, director of golf, COO for over 10 years with the foundation. And then January 1st, 2020, transitioned into the CEO role for the foundation. So very thankful to have a great group of people, great mission, lots of hard work along the way. But yeah, worked out well so far.
Yes, great board, great action committee. And there's always some confusion. And one of the things that, we've been working on over the years is trying to really, in the community, let people know that it's more than just a golf course that's there, right? Because I played Chi-Chi's when I started to play golf. I had no idea about the academy, no idea about the youth foundation, no idea that part of what I was paying was going towards that. But when you go there, it's clearly obvious. But sometimes when you play golf, you have those blinders on. So talk about that. I won't call it a challenge. It couldn't be a challenge. Talk about that challenge and how you're trying to overcome that.
Yeah, I think it is. Honestly, I mean, if you look at that picture behind me, it's one of the pictures that we took. We took some school desks and a whiteboard out onto the golf course to try and simulate that we're a school on the golf course, right? So it's really unique. But then there's some confusion along the way that people think that we're a golf school, and we're really not. We have a great partnership with the Pinellas County school system. And the kids that are coming to school here, they're performing below grade level. And they've been identified that they're going to potentially drop out of high school. So, our goal is to get them back on track in a smaller, unique environment. They're just not succeeding in a traditional school. And that, the people that we have, the staff, the volunteers, a really kind of nurturing environment helps them get back on track. So every day trying to tell the story, every day somebody talking to somebody new that really has no idea of who we are and what we do. And that happens all the time, so trying every day.
Yeah. So what are some of the key highlights from those efforts that you would like to discuss on this call over the past few years? Because we always hear great things. I hear some great numbers. What would you like to share with this audience as far as the
I think
success
our,
and
you
focus?
know, I think our program is growing. We've grown it. When I first started, we only had 2 classes of kids. Right now, we have 7 total classes. So we're making a big impact with more students. And our graduation rate is in line with the district. So when you think we're taking the bottom percentage of kids and getting them to the same level as the district, we're really kind of making an impact and, really helping them get back on track. And it's not just once they come through the program here at Chi-Chi's. We offer some higher learning scholarships. And if they stay in contact with us, if they stay in the county, we can help them through high school and help them decide on their next steps, whether or not they want to go to college or whether or not they want to go to a vocational school or get into the workforce. We're there for them. So it's not just once they come through the program here, it's kind of one of the things that we say is, once a Chi-Chi kid, always a Chi-Chi kid. We want them to
Hmm.
be a part of the foundation for a long time.
Yeah. So from your journey, from that standpoint, what's one challenge you face that shaped your path?
That's a great question. I think really just kind of focusing on the mission and also trying to think more strategically, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of the times, with nonprofits and small nonprofits, we kind of get stuck day to day, fighting fires.
Hmm.
And it doesn't give us the opportunity to think a little bit bigger, to try and grow and take it to the next step. So I think one of my goals coming into this role as CEO is to kind of take a step back, kind of working on the business instead of in the business a little bit. I have an amazing team that I trust to do the job on a daily basis, which gives me the opportunity to focus on some projects that we have down the road and that we're working on to continue that growth and continue the improvement for the campus.
Yeah.
It's been a big
Cool.
challenge.
Yeah. So, and what motivates you in your current role?
I think just helping people, right?
Hmm.
So helping the kids, not only the kids that come through the program with the school, but also our first T program, which teaches junior golf in the community in North Pinal County. We have thousands of kids coming through that program, which is great to see. People playing the game of golf. I think golf is a great sport. Anybody can play it, any age, any ability. Anybody can take up the game. There's a lot of business done on the golf course, a lot of friends on the golf course. It's a great way to stay healthy. And kind of post COVID, it's been a positive thing for the golf industry, which has been nice. So that kind of motivates me, but also kind of helping our community and other businesses and other people do well, because then that creates the organic relationships that, if down the road something's going on, if you need some help, it's easy to pick up the phone and make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And you also have a driving range attached to the course. Actually, it's across the street. Talk about the success of that since COVID. It seems every time I go out there, that place is packed. So, what are some of the things that golfers can expect when they go to the driving range?
Yeah, driving range is obviously a great addition for the foundation. It's been part of our operations now that we've been managing it since 2009. And yeah, I mean, it's really just a great facility. It's a great place for people to take up the game, practice the game, get better at the game. It's open from 8 till 8. It's got lights. We've added some power tee technology. So we've got 22
Hmm.
bays there that help the ball automatically pop up on the tee. I think Top Golf, everybody's somewhat familiar with Top Golf. It's a great experience.
Hmm.
It can be a little expensive for families. And so we're kind of more on the affordable side for people to come out and have a good time. And, we've got a great little short game area there as well, putting green, chipping green, bunker green. And we're looking at doing some improvements, hopefully next year, to the floor, the range itself, but also, looking at different technologies now that are out there from, Top Trace and the TrackMan. There's some really
Hmm.
kind of cool gamification programs that are out there from a golf entertainment side. Kind of not quite a Top Golf, but a little bit of a step up from a traditional driving age.
Hey, you don't have to have clubs. They can provide clubs to you when you go out there as
Yeah.
well. So there's no excuse at all. So what are some trends? And you kind of I can see you headed down that path. But what trends or changes are you most excited about in the golf industry?
I think technology, right? I think the golf industry is a little bit behind the times technology wise in general, but we are working toward that. So more technology on the driving range, on the tee line, technology and making tee times, right? So, whether it be booking online to helping with AI, help manage phone calls that come into the pro shops. It's amazing the questions that you get when people call in, and some of them are a little bit random and a little bit silly, but we spend a lot of time answering the phone. So, our director of golf and the team have been looking at ways to kind of streamline some of those processes to kind of help us provide a better experience overall.
And so there's a great deal of my audience that would like to get involved, like to work for a nonprofit. What's one piece of advice you like to give others in that space, in your space?
I think, it's very rewarding to be part of a nonprofit and also give back, right? So, when people get involved with nonprofits, it's typically time, talent, and treasure. That's ways for people to give back, and just kind of understanding that it just means a lot. If you're in a position to do so, it's really a great idea to do it. And everybody's going to find their why they want to get connected to a different charity, a different reason. For us, it's obviously education, kids, golf, those are kind of the buckets that we fall in for people to help support back. But there's many other great charities out there that you can find a connection with. But it's down to the individual to have that passion and that why to do it as well.
And outside of work, what keeps you energized? What keeps you going?
There's a lot that goes on, right? So you mentioned a lot of things that I do, from the chamber to the city. I live in Safety Harbor. It's a great city. I do some stuff with the Park and Rec Advisory Board there. And my kids and my wife, I mean, they keep, the kids keep us busy. My wife's amazing with everything that's going on. She works full time as well. And, we've got two great kids that are into volleyball and baseball and practices and games and tournaments, and I think everybody's running a million miles an hour. It's good. And then obviously being from England, I get a lot of family that want to come over and visit too. So my niece is coming next Friday for 2 weeks, which throw a little bit of that into the mix. It makes us do stuff and appreciate where we live, go see sunsets, go to Busch Gardens, go to, Disney, enjoy where we live, because we live in an amazing place.
Yeah, yes, we do. Well, you just had family in town, a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah. And my cousin stayed for about a month.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, you just had people. I love it. So how can we help Chi Rodriguez Youth Foundation? How can this audience help you guys?
I mean, it's as simple as playing golf, right? So coming to the driving range, playing golf on the golf course, proceeds from golf operations come back to the foundation. You can obviously support monetarily. You can support from an in-kind standpoint. In-kind is just as important as cash. If there's a product or service that somebody can offer that we don't have to pay for, that's a benefit to us, because that helps our expenses. You can volunteer. And we have volunteers that help with the kids, from a lunch pal program to help in our first tee program, teach junior golf, to even volunteering out on the golf course, from being a starter or a ranger, just kind of helping out operations. So many different ways you get involved.
Yeah. So people will ask, how can we talk about Chi Rodriguez Youth Foundation without talking about Chi himself, who we lost recently? Let's talk about his impact on the Clearwater area with his youth foundation.
Yeah. I mean, Chi the man was a great man. Obviously he loved the fans and he really loved the kids. And so he was in town playing in the JC Penney Classic back in the 70s, and met a couple guys who, Raymond James at the time. Bob James was the founder of Raymond James, and an advisor that worked there, Bill Hayes. They started the foundation with $1,000 with a mission of helping kids, and we've just kind of continued their legacy to do that. So, with him personally, he was very successful on the Champions Tour, and would bring some great characters around, Fuzzy Zola, Paul Azinger, Jack Nicklaus even. We got to meet Jack a couple years ago for our 40th anniversary, which was really special. And, we've just been able to kind of continue their legacy and the mission of the foundation.
Yeah. So just keep up the great work. I'll continue to share the gospel of the Youth Foundation. What would you like to leave my audience with? A gem, something that they can use for future motivation.
Future motivation. That's a great question.
Right now.
Yeah. I think just being kind to people, right? Being nice and helping and actually listening, right? Because sometimes people are like very quick to kind of ask you for something, and you're quite quick to ask them for something. Well, let's just listen and connect and help each other. I think, I'm very proud of our friendship and relationship and
Mhm.
partnership with the way that you've been so successful over the years, getting your business off the ground from your previous career, being very successful there, to transitioning into something totally different, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it's really impressive that it's happened over a short period of time, and, proud to be part of that as well.
Yeah. Thanks to you and your team. You were one of the first people that I met in my journey, and then meeting your team and the referrals that come from that, the relationships that come from that. We can't thank you enough. So again, thanks for your time today, and to my audience. Remember that we are more alike than different. Embrace it. And if you would like to be on Grab Coffee with me, feel free to reach out to share your story. But thanks again, James.
Thank you, Ian.
Yeah, you're welcome.